Most professional photographers are probably shooting their photos with cameras that look like this. But one Raleigh photojournalist is ditching his digital SLR for his trusty cell phone camera. I'm Jenny Skelski, and today on Threadcast, I'm introducing you to ShawnRocco, the photographer behind the photo blog Cellular Obscura. Looking at these photos, it's not hard to believe they were taken by a professional photographer. But would you believe that they were taken with a cell phone camera? Photojournalist ShawnRocco began posting photos he takes with his Motorola E815 on his blog, Cellular Obscura, in 2007. Some people find it hard to believe that these images came from a cell phone.
I mean, a lot of people say, oh, these are good photos, but then, before or after that, it's like, this is with a cell phone? Really? I get that all the time. So I don't know if that's part of the, I don't want to say popularity, but the reason people like what's going on, because they don't believe, where it's from. Like if I had shown the same stuff and it was taken with a regular camera, would I be getting the same amount of attention? I don't know, probably. I would say probably not. I think it's a novelty that is a cell phone,
His cell phone photos have appeared in a couple of juried shows, including the Portraits of Raleigh exhibit currently at the Raleigh City Museum. 2 of his photos were accepted in that show, including this shot taken from the window in the Wake County Courthouse, and also this image of the soon-to-be demolished Garland Jones building. The striking image of the blue and white windows was taken from the roof of the News and Observer, where Shawn works as a photographer. It won honorable mention in the exhibit. It's one of thousands Shawn has taken with his cell phone camera since 2007.
Well, I know I've probably taken about 5,000 photos with the phone. So, but and I've only blogged maybe about 100 or so. So, a lot of them are, the technology with the cell phone, you're kind of stuck with what it gives you, and it shoots at like a really slow shutter speed. It's like 1/21th of a second. I don't know. That's what Motorola says on their websites, 1/21th of a second. So, things that are moving, are going to be blurry. Or even out of the frame by the time you hit it and the delay. So
Shawn got into cell phone photography during a newspaper assignment.
The journalists at papers have to be a lot more than just photographers, and there are times when as a creative person you get bogged down into juggling between video and audio and photo all on the same assignment. And for me, it just was one day I just had to take a breather and went into a room that had some nice light going on, and it was red and a lamp, and I took a photo with my camera because I thought it was cool, but it didn't really feel right. So just as an experiment, I took out my cell phone and shot a photo, and I was like, that looks pretty interesting, pretty cool. And so that's kind of how it started. So from there, I just kind of, every time I'm in a situation where I think like, let's just give it a try, I take out the cell phone.
He even used his cell phone to photograph Barack Obama during his presidential campaign.
No, actually, when Obama first came here for the primary elections, we actually had the opportunity to sit down and have an interview with him. And we had like 10-15 minutes. And so we were doing video, and I was, snapping photos while he was talking to our reporter. So, and of course, reporter, nothing against him, but, it took up most of the time. So we only had a couple minutes, just get a formal portrait. So, they were very gracious to give us a couple extra minutes. So you'll see it on the video, I took 4 photos, and then I realized I wasn't going to get anything different. I mean, he was very gracious, and he was smiling every time I raised the camera, but I kind of wanted something a little more somber, or just maybe not so much, playing to the camera. And I realized I didn't have time to work that. So I took 4 photos, and after the 4th one, I was just like, maybe I'll just ask, just see. And so, I asked him just one more, and I said, this is the new media today, and he kind of shook his head, And so I just figured, why not? He can say, if he says no, he says no, and if he says yes, then, then great. So, and I took the photo, and I only got 1. I was going to ask him to do 2, and the one, it's okay. It's a little blurry, either because I was shaking or he moved or whatever.
Shawn says none of his cell phone photos have ever made it into the newspaper, but a collection of his cell phone photos recently won 3rd place in a North Carolina Press Photographer Association contest. To see more of his work, head to cellularobscura.com or follow him on Twitter. He's at ShawnRocco. I'm Jenny Skelski with Threadcast, and until next time, I'll see you online.